Today in this video lecture we will find the points of discontinuity of a given function. This is a chapter from real analysis under the section of continuity of calculus. So first of all we have to understand the term continuity. As we know that any function is said to be continuous at a point A if it has these two conditions. First is the function must be defined at the given value a, and second is that the left hand limit at x equal to a must be equal to the right hand limit at x equal to a. If both of these conditions are satisfied, then this function fx is said to be continuous at point x is equal to a. Okay, now as we have to check the point of discontinuity here, and the given function is fx is equal to 1 by x plus 2, but in this question we are not given to find the point of discontinuity of this function, but the question is we have to find the points of discontinuity of this composition function f of fx. And as we know that this is a composition function, so this fx function must be defined at all points. Then we check all those points for again f of fx. Now let us start. First we check the continuity of this function fx, which is given by fx equal to 1 by x plus 2. In the denominator, as we can see that x, if x is equal to minus 2, then the value should be minus 2 plus 2, that is 1 upon 0, which is not defined. And by the definition of function we know that at any point the functional value must be defined. So if x is equal to minus 2, then this function is not defined. So this point minus 2 is the point of discontinuity for the function fx. Okay, now as we are given the question that we have to check the point of discontinuity for this composition function, so now we proceed further. As in this composition of f of fx, we know that if this fx is defined for all values like a, then we check all those values of a for this composition also. Okay, now if we find this composition function, then we find that the input here is that you can say the argument here is fx, so 1 upon fx plus 2, because the functional value is 1 upon x plus 2, so at the place of x we have to put fx. Okay, 1 by fx plus 2 is equal to 1 by, now we put the value of fx from here. Okay, and simplifying on it we get this. Okay, now as you can see that this composition function is defined if and only if this x is must not be equal to minus 5 by 2, because if x is equal to minus 5 by 2, this composition on simplifying you will get a value that is not defined. Okay, so minus 5 by 2 is the point of discontinuity for this composition. And as we know that the initial function, that is fx, is discontinuous at point x is equal to minus 2, and this composition is discontinuous at point x equal to minus 5 by 2. And by the continuity principle of calculus, as we know that if this fx is not defined at any point, then this composition must also be not defined at that point. So for checking discontinuity we have to take both these values. Okay, this minus 2 and this minus 5 by 2 both. Hence minus 5 by 2 and 2, both of these points are the point of discontinuity for this composition f of fx. The main thing here is that we also have to take this value minus 2, because if this value is not defined, if you take a value that is not defined, then the composition is also not defined, and we know that for being continuous the functional value must be defined. So the main thing in this problem is that we have to take both values, both of these values of x that will make the function and the composition function undefined. We have to take both of them. Okay, hope this will help all of you. Now you can take the picture for better understanding. Thank you.